Ahoy there, YouTube! We are back again today at the Forbidden Games booth with more Gen Con Bonanza Explosion Blowout coverage. And you know, I bring you the weird, I bring you the wild, I ask the questions that you might be wondering. And I was walking around Gen Con this year, and it's 2021, different year, way more spaced out. And I walked, actually, I'm going to tell you, I walked by the first Forbidden Games one, and I was like, this is a bit uninspired. And then I walked by another one, and I was like, oh my gosh. And we're right now here with Glenn, who is like the head poopah of Forbidden Games and a hell of a designer, tons of games. And he's going to tell us all about like the logistics of how he has 3 booths, like there's some more popular. I'm just going to hand the mic to you because I'm ready to listen and learn.
So yes, we have an opportunity this year because some of the publishers were not showing up, and we're like, okay, there's extra space available. Why don't we see if we can have multiple booths in different parts of the hall? So we have our big giant demo booth that's in the event hall C, and that has multiple tables for people to play the game, and we're also selling the games there. Then we have our regular sales booth, which is here in row 2300. And this is our usual kind of 10 by 20 kind of a store where we can sell product and answer questions and just kind of do a quick, how to play demo kind of for the game. And then we've got another one just like this, kind of a mirror on the opposite end of the hall, exact same mode, exact same purpose, but it makes logistics really challenging because if we run out of one game at one booth, we have to shuttle some from here. We've got a bunch of product in their master cases hidden under here, and that pile has gone down quite a bit because I'll tell you, yesterday, the first day of the show, it was crazy here. We just had people lined up and we just were checking them out as fast as we could all morning. Eventually caught up a little bit in the afternoon, but still very busy throughout the whole day. Last show we did, obviously, was 2 years ago, 2019. We had sold about 1,000 copies of our games. This year, I think we're going to do quite a bit more than that, and in half the number of attendees.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. So yeah, it's like any retail, location, impulse purchases, for the attendees that are see us over there, see us over here, or maybe they see us multiple times and they finally go, yeah, I'm getting that Lizard Wizard, or I'm getting that Dungeon Party because I've seen it now 5 times.
Now, from a logistical perspective, which booth does best? Or do you think there's a rhyme or reason, like the location, the way it's angled?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about traffic flow and visibility. So really this booth, which has a really good flow going from the event hall through into the exhibit hall here, tends to have the highest sell-through. And we monitor that on our, little Stripe machines that we have to track and to swipe cards. So this one has been the best so far, but also we have our big 20 by 30 demo place over there that is right behind it. So these are the 2 primary ones. The one on the opposite end of the hall is a little less in volume because it actually faces the back of the hall.
Yeah.
So people flow into the hall, and it's just location, visibility. They have to come around and to see us, to notice us. A lot of times they'll flow past us. So it's really just about real estate, as you would expect in a convention. So we're always focused on, are we visible and what's the flow of people around us?
All right. Very, very cool for filling us in on that behind the scenes stuff. I munch up on this stuff. I love hearing like all the different angles of Gen Con. But thank you so much. That was Forbidden Games. Go check out their games. And if you're enjoying the Gen Con coverage, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. I'm trying to reach 8,000 subscribers this weekend. Oh, so close. And in the comments below, let me know, okay, what's the best convention you've ever been to?
Wow, great question. I mean, it's got to be Gen Con in Milwaukee in 85, 4, 3, somewhere in there. I was going to school in Milwaukee, had never been to a Gen Con. I'm walking down the street in August as school's about to start, and I see these signs up on the thing about this Gen Con thing. And I'm like, what's that? And I wander into the Mecca Convention Center, and I see this. And I'm just blown away. I'm like, oh, and I was a nerd gamer already, but I just wasn't aware of this show. And so I just stumbled on Gen Con like 40-something years ago. And I had just the best time just wandering booth to booth, drooling at the games and the role-playing and the war games, and I was just in heaven.
So Would you be okay to paint like a little, like what is different from typical Gen Con today, not today, but 2019 to what it is now, aside from just the size, the scope? What are some things, because this is fascinating to me, what are some things that you've noticed that have changed?
Several. One is that it was 98.9% guys. There were almost no women or girls at that show. Now it's families, it's women, there's cosplay. Then it was beard and belly, gamer dudes, right? That was most of the attendees. And that's still probably your biggest demographic here, but it's much more diverse. It's much more of a rounded customer base for this show, which is great. We're very excited that's how we make our games. Our games are aimed at a broad audience. We want, cute raccoons and, Disney-esque pirates and amazing dragon wizards, and so we want games that appeal to the broadest possible demographic. So that's one. The other is that there's so many more publishers, and even the small ones are much more professional. They've got just really professional-looking booths. The quality of the look and feel of the products is so much higher than it was back in the 1980s because printing is more approachable and cost-effective than it ever was. So the games look better. They look more professional. The art is better. The graphic design is better, and frankly, the game designs are better. Game design has evolved immensely in the last 40+ years.
Okay, so I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass right now, but I legitimately don't even remember what the question was. That was such a good answer, and this is the second time he's done this. The first one was about him meeting Garth Brooks and looking just like him. This is a great interview. Thank you so much. Go check out Forbidden Games, and as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.